The federal government spends $10 billion a year enforcing marijuana prohibition, yet marijuana remains easier to get than certain cold medicines. Regardless of how you feel about marijuana on a personal or even a moral level, does it really make sense for us to be spending this kind of money on an obviously failed effort? This issue became a little more personal for me recently. I had a contractor doing some work on my house. I'll call him John. He's a hard worker, takes pride in his work, and beyond that, he's just a really solid person who's had a bit of a rough life. He's a single dad raising 2 kids and pretty much just doing the best he can to get by, like a lot of us. So he had to let one of his workers go for doing shoddy work and stealing money, and the guy decided to get back at him by telling the police John had marijuana. So cops show up and they find what they're looking for, plus several $1,000s in cash, which in my town people like to pay in cash, so this is pretty normal. John gets hauled off to jail. The police confiscated the money and a bunch of other stuff as evidence, froze his bank accounts, took his car, and threatened to put his kids in juvenile services before he was even convicted of anything. And of course, he had to hire an attorney and go through a major legal ordeal, which unfortunately ended up including jail time. There's so many things wrong here, I don't even know where to start. It makes absolutely no sense that we as taxpayers ended up paying to keep someone off the street who was actually adding value to our community and paying taxes. He's not a dangerous or violent criminal. He's a productive member of society. Why is our government wasting time and money fighting its own citizens? People who aren't hurting anyone and are contributing to our tax base. So what do you guys think? Should we be spending almost $1 billion a month prosecuting and incarcerating people like John? I just don't see it. Glenn Greenwald published a fascinating report on what happened when Portugal decriminalized drugs. You definitely want to check this out. I have it posted at bitestyle.tv as well as a bunch of other resources. I'm Shelley Roach for bitestyle.tv. Thanks for watching.